What would happen if President Trump was impeached and actually lost his position as President of the United States? What would happen if he had to step down? Because it certainly seems to me like the media is doing the best job that they possibly can to create doubt in the masses. If you type in Russia Trump right now, you'll see the first thing that comes up on the search is we're gathering a million signatures to impeach Trump. Help us get Trump out of office. I wonder who would fund an organization like that. Would it be somebody? Nah, it wouldn't be George Soros or anybody like that, because they love us. They love President Trump. That's who they wanted in office. They didn't want Hillary Clinton in office. No. It's very interesting because Papadopoulos, Trump's ex-aide, has now pleaded guilty to the FBI for giving false information when he was being questioned. Now, will that lead to the impeachment of President Trump? And if it does, is it justified? Well, what about all of the Russia-Hillary Clinton ties and previous presidents that have had ties with Russia, the Soviet Union, deals that have been made with supposedly our enemies? Let's take this a step further. Let's say that they do find a way to impeach President Trump and he has to step down from his position as President of the United States. Was Pence put in there as his vice president to do what was planned many years ago, maybe? This is just a conspiracy theory here. Have you seen the imposter card, the Illuminati imposter card, the guy with the gray hair? Very interesting. You should check that card out if you haven't seen it already. It's just weird how that playing deck seems to have eerie predictions of the future. This has a lot of similarities with people that are in the public now, in the limelight now, that weren't around 23 years ago, at least in the public realms. If President Trump is impeached and has to leave his position, Commander-in-Chief of the United States, will that cause a civil war? Will that cause martial law? What will happen to the economy? The stock market right now is at an all-time high. Do you think if the President of the United States is impeached, do you think that might have an effect on the economy? Do you think that's what they're wanting to happen anyway? I mean, if you've got the money and you know how to play the system, you know when to invest in the stock market and when to sell, buy low, sell high, nanu nanu. Over the next 6 months to 12 months, are we going to see more theatrics? Or is something actually going to go down? Now remember, a couple weeks ago, President Trump said, you see all these people, you know what this represents? You know what this is? This is the calm before the storm. Maybe he's been preparing for this because he knows that the other side, the powers that be that certainly appreciate the vision of those like George Soros, who do they want in office and why? Who do you want in office, ladies and gentlemen, and why? Recently I was at Comic-Con. You can ask people what's wrong with the world today, and it's funny how you get mixed reactions. One person said, I've got one word for you, Trump. I said, okay, why? And then that person said, oh, because Trump's an actor. I said, okay, well, who should be the president? He said, Rock. Well, isn't Rock an actor too? So it's just bizarre. It's like a trigger word, say the word Trump. And you guys, I'm not even on the Trump train. I just see what the media's doing to him, and it usually has an underlying theme. If the powers that be that promote Vladimir Putin as a badass and the good guy and the President of the United States is the bad guy, when you have newspapers in the U.S. that are creating a public persona like that, who do you think's funding the newspapers, ladies and gentlemen? Who do you think's paying their advertising? Isn't it incredible, the New World Order, how much they love us? You know, I look at all this crap out here in San Antonio. It's like coffee shop, fast food restaurant, storage facility, gas station, car lot, cheap hotel. They're building and building and building. How much crap do we need? When are they going to refine what's already out there? I mean, just think of all the dilapidated zombies and mummified caterpillars out there that are just sucking the Earth's resources without much of a contribution. Except for taking and taking and taking and taking. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could unify and come up with a new renaissance where we could have improved technologies and resources and transportation and real health care and food that's good for you? And if you need medicines that actually work, wouldn't it be great if you didn't live in a society where you had to vaccinate your child full of poisonous cocktails if you wanted to put them in public school? And wouldn't it be cool if public school wasn't an indoctrination camp of lies and deceit with a little bit of truth? Wouldn't that be cool? Well, geez, aren't we lucky how much the New World Order loves us? That they just have constant charades, constant theater, and very little truth. When are people going to wake up? When are people going to realize that all of these empires of dirt aren't going to last another 50, 60 years the way that we're going? When are people going to realize that the planet is being destroyed right now from New World Order math and propaganda? How does it make sense to destroy the stratosphere by preventing the temperature from raising 4 or 5 degrees? If you have no stratosphere, then imagine the radiation that you'll be exposed to. What happens to water if it doesn't have an atmosphere to continue to recycle? Does it just dissipate into the universe? Oh, that's right, the universe isn't real, I forgot. That's all CGI. If you have a telescope, then the powers that be are manipulating your telescope too, right? It's all fake. Yeah, okay. Get a telescope, spend some money, do some research yourself, or continue to parrot off of the conspiracies that you've read on the internet, because we all know that everything on the internet is real. Everything on the internet's real. And I'm 7'5" and I can bench press 1,000 pounds, and I speak 77 languages. And I've got a full head of hair. Hello. What does this country need right now? Does it need unity? Does it need division? Does it need prosperity? Or does it need suppression? What do you want the future to be? Do you have a family? Where do you want them to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now? What are you going to do about it? You can at least wake people up and give them the opportunity to know the truth? Or are you too scared to talk about it? You afraid they might ridicule you? We'll tell you what, hang out at Leak Project for a little while. If you can make it through Leak Project, you can make it through anything. Help each other out, listen to each other. If somebody doesn't agree with you, ask them why. If somebody thinks Trump is the problem, or if somebody thinks that three-headed unicorns are the problem, ask them why. Make them question themselves. Make them, geez, I don't know. It's because of the color of his hair. I can't stand it. It's orange. I mean, oh, because he used to be an actor. Well, Ronald Reagan was an actor. I mean, all presidents are actors, aren't they? They've got to act. They've got to play the part. They've got to sell the world. So who better to sell the world than a great salesman? I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous how much crap people throw at each other on a continual basis without even wanting to understand the other side. I look for all the opportunities I can to come up with a solution and an answer. I don't just listen to one thing and say, okay, yeah, that's right, man, that sounds good. That's gotta be the truth. I'll just believe it. I read it on the internet, like 5 different forums, you guys. It's gotta be true. Because these forums, I mean, these conspiracies are the real deal. NASA always lies. Well, hey, I get it. NASA does lie a lot. And talk about charades. I lost a lot of faith in those guys when I saw the Devon Island footage of their rovers, you know, playing around there by Greenland, northeast Canada, right there by Greenland. What a trip. Talk about a letdown. So no wonder when they show you footage and you see this little rat on Mars, and be like, hey, look, it's a rat on Mars. No, it's a rat on Devon Island. They're showing you footage from an island. Those turkeys. Whatever. They love us. That's my shameless rant, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are. Make sure to check out Virtual Shield. This is a VPN designed from the ground up that gives you privacy when you surf the web. If you want to protect your information from big data spies, less than $5 a month. Hello. And they're offering a 20% discount right now with the code LEAD Project, and they're even offering you a free trial. So check it out. Virtual Shield. Click the link. Be excellent to each other. Be the change you want to see. Nanu, nanu. What would happen if President Trump was impeached and actually lost his position as President of the United States? What would happen if he had to step down? Because it certainly seems to me like the media is doing the best job that they possibly can to create doubt in the masses. If you type in Russia Trump right now, you'll see find a way to impeach President Trump, and he has to step down from his position as President of the United States. Was Pence put in there as his vice president to do what was planned many years ago, maybe? This is just a conspiracy theory here. They love President Trump. That's who they wanted in office. They didn't want Hillary Clinton in office. No. You know, it's very interesting because Papadopoulos, Trump's ex-aide, has now pleaded guilty to the FBI for giving false information when he was being questioned. Now, the first thing that comes up on the search is we're gathering a million signatures to impeach Trump. Help us get Trump out of office. I wonder who would fund an organization like that. Would it be somebody? Nah, it wouldn't be George Soros or anybody like that, because they love us. Will that lead to the impeachment of President Trump? And if it does, is it justified? Well, what about all of the Russia-Hillary Clinton ties and previous presidents that have had ties with Russia, the Soviet Union, deals that have been made with supposedly our enemies? Let's take this a step further. Let's say that they do